with GameStop earnings, Tesla hitting almost its high, and Amazon with some good news. We're going to be talking about the stock market and my predictions for it, and also the fall of the market, potentially what's for the future, and if the market's going to keep on falling or if it's just going to rebound and show us some better highs. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to NextGen Wealth Tips, where I give you guys wealth tips and also tell you guys about the market currently. Today, we got some news and earnings with GameStop. GameStop did announce its earnings. We did see it breach $30, which it did reach $30 recently before a while back. Let's get in the 4-hour time frame. It did break the 30 levels before, so it's not anything new. But with that being said, it did hit the 30s, but now after hours, it is at $27. So honestly, the future for GameStop, I don't know what to really say. But let's just see how GameStop acts at market open tomorrow. But with that being said, if you do want to get into a GameStop long term, I still recommend getting into it at the $20 mark. Wait for it to drop. I know it hasn't been down there for a while, but I think, in my opinion, I think it's kind of overpriced right now. GameStop does have a lot of money, and it's going to be a long term share overall. But I think if you want to make some money in the long term, just wait for it to drop to the 20 level. I don't know when it's going to drop to the 20 level because it's been doing pretty good. It's been maintaining the 25 to 30 level. So this is one of those patience moves. I'm not saying get a put or anything like that, but right now it is still overpriced to get into it for a long-term play to make some money overall. But if you do want to buy some puts, I recommend looking at it at the 32 level and even 35. And if any memes come out, Warren Kitty has been posting a lot recently, but he hasn't really given that much love for it. But if you can see it hit the 60 level again, or maybe up 50s, you can probably get a long-term put, make some money off that, maybe in a few weeks. But yeah, next we're going to talk about Amazon. Amazon did come out with some good news, but at the same time, it's still not breaking that 230 level, so I recommend waiting. It did have a long-term growth though, recently for the Christmas rally. As you can see, just constant climb literally every single day, but it has not really broken that 230 level. So I recommend still watch that 230 level. If it breaks above that, we're going to see even more growth for this stock, and it's probably going to keep on rallying up. But recently we've been kind of standstilling with that 230 level. So I'm not going to say it's going to drop yet, but I recommend just seeing if it breaks that 230 level, or even wait for it to drop a little bit more. See if it drops below the 224 level. You can probably do some puts then, and then probably get into a call at the 222 level, see if it breaks that. And if it breaks below this, honestly, I mean, the stock is just falling and there's probably no good news. So it's probably going to keep falling after that. But let's see if it breaks these levels. But let's hope that goes back to the upward trend because we're still in the Christmas rally. It's only December 10th. So you guys still could see some growth for Christmas. But with that being said, we did get some news. You can now buy cars from Amazon, which is kind of crazy. Um, it's kind of cool. We've been waiting for nearly a year for it, but now you can buy a car through the online retailer, which is kind of insane. This might be the new thing. They might add more cars to it. So, I mean, honestly, just look for this with the Amazon and even Hyundai stock. So I recommend looking into this. Next, we're going to talk about Tesla. It's been getting targets increased left and right. I think it was at like 350, like I think even yesterday. And now people are raising it to 400. So 400 from 310, and then we also got another one, 400 from 350, which is kind of insane. So we're getting some more target lifts, which means Tesla is going to be increasing its stock even more. I think honestly, I think Tesla is going to be playing around these levels for a while. Look at it from 390 to probably even 410. Just it's going to be bouncing these. We did have a little pullback yesterday, but at the same time today we went up a decent amount. I think around almost $20, but like $17, which is a kind of a good upward trend for this stock. We didn't break the 410 level. I will be looking at the 410 level tomorrow, breaking above that, the 415 level, and after that 420. 420 is a big level that a lot of people have, And I think at 410 we have like over 100K shares ready to sell. So you might see it bounce off the 410 and bounce down below even more. But with that being said, levels for Tesla tomorrow, we did have a constant downward trend later on before market close, but at the same time, we will see the stock probably go up even with these targets lifted, and we might even see more targets lifted tomorrow. So with that being said, let's look at some levels. Breaking below the 400 again. If it breaks below the 400, watch 398, and after 398 I'd watch 396, and then I watch a decent level at 395. I feel like it's going to bounce off the 395 if it does bounce, but with that being said, I recommend just having patience. Today you've seen it break a lot. This is kind of rare to see, not rare with Tesla, but from market open just break above like almost $17. It's kind of insane, but I recommend watching what you do with Tesla because I'm still bullish on this stock, and I think we can probably hit the 410 level tomorrow. But at the same time, you never know. It might be a little overpriced right now, and it might just rebound back down and just fall with the 400 level, but it might fall down below to 95 level. So I recommend watching the 95 level, maybe getting some calls here, but just see if it breaks the 95 level. And if it does, then it's probably going to fall even more. But just watch your levels, have patience. Tesla is kind of scary right now because you don't know, like it is bullish, but it can also fall down a decent amount. But we have gotten some good news too, and also Tesla did officially announce the Model Q, saying that it's going to be 30K officially. So that is pretty good. With the tax credit though, without the tax credit, it's gonna be 37,000. But this is a pretty good thing because now they finally announced it. So you might see Tesla go up even more with that. They were also talking more about the full self-driving and the robo taxis and the robot coming out. So we got way more news with that. So hopefully everybody loves it and we get a good rally tomorrow. That being said, let's go look at Nvidia, man. Nvidia's still fighting that China thing, but at the beginning, I'm not even gonna lie, we seen some hope, and it did break the 140 level, going all the way up to 141, almost going to 142. So it didn't break the 142 level. So I recommend keeping this level in your mind, but I don't think it's gonna break the 140 level for a while unless we get some good news with Nvidia. AI stocks right now just aren't really doing too good, so you see dropping, and then we might even see Tesla at the 130 level. 130 level isn't a bad buy if you want to get into it long term, but I recommend looking at the 130 level. But breaking to the 130 level, of course, easy levels like 134, 133. If it keeps breaking below that, you could probably do some puts, but I recommend getting out at the 130 level because it might bounce off. So just be careful getting into this play. But to the upward trend though, we are only like an hour after hours or almost 2 hours after hours, so I can't really do too much good levels, but I recommend looking at it going to the upward trend with 136, and then if it breaks 136, 137 is a big one, and then 138, and then after 138, 139, and then if it breaks that 140, we might see some good things, but just like it did today, it didn't break past 142, so I recommend watching that 141 level, see if it breaks the 141, and if it breaks at 141, we might see some better things. But I think if it breaks the 141, we need some good news. So just watch news. Make sure you don't get manipulated with it. But Tesla right now is just on a constant downward trend. I wouldn't be bullish right now on this stock just because we don't have any good news and we're getting even worse news by the minute. Next, we're going to talk about Rivian. Rivian hasn't really moved that much. People thought it was going to move with Tesla, but really Rivian and Tesla are two different complete stocks, two completely different stocks. So I recommend, if you do want to get into Rivian, still wait for it to drop a little bit more. It did go down to the 1370 level. I'm still watching it to 13, and I might even buy it if it breaks below the 13 level just for long-term plays. But I think after that, after the 12 or after the 13 level, we might be looking pretty bearish. If it does break that level, so I recommend being careful with this stock, but this is more of a long-term stock, and hopefully we can see some better growth coming soon. AMD, AMD did go down too. Just all AI chip stocks are going down, so I recommend being careful. But if it does break below 127, you can find yourself some puts. But I recommend If you want to get into it onto a long-term play, I'd wait until it hits the 120 level if it does. I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying a 120 level would be pretty good if you can get it pretty cheap. And to the upward, I recommend looking at 129 and a big level 130. If it breaks 130, you can probably get a couple more dollars out of that, but I wouldn't overstay your welcome. So maybe see if it breaks 130, get a little call, stay in, maybe 131, maybe 132, but it's kind of rare. It's going to break the 132 level. It didn't break it on market open, it kind of dropped. So recommend just being very patient with stocks like this. It's not really, it doesn't really move that much. It does move like dollars, but you're going to get some big stocks if you want to do some day trades, and AMD just isn't really moving that much to get into those. Overall market, SPY has dropped a decent amount today. We hit the 6602 level, which is kind of insane. It bounced off though, so that's a big level to look at tomorrow. So if it breaks the 602 level, look at it maybe getting below 600s after that. I wouldn't overstay though. SPY doesn't move that much neither. You can see maybe a few dollars after the 602 level. But if it breaks a 600 level after that, you might see a couple more dollars after that. So you might get a big move if it does break those levels. Upward, I look at the 604 level and then 605. But after 605, I'd probably get out if you're into a call and you made some money, because after that, you might not see any more. You might see 606, but 606 is pretty rare for tomorrow. Apple, you still got the good news from Apple. They're investing in the AI, but at the same time, it's also going with the Christmas rally. As you've seen earlier with Amazon, Apple went up just like that. Apple levels, I look at the 250 level. If it breaks past 250, we might get a big upward trend with that. And then if it breaks below the 246 level to 245, if it breaks below 245, you might see a few more dollars there. Just don't overstay, like I said before. I haven't really covered this stock in a while. It's kind of been sideways now recently. It did kind of 2x if you would have got in at the $20 level, when they got their when they got under investigation, but now it's kind of sideways. We did see almost $50 a couple days ago, but I recommend being patient with this. It's a long-term call, but at the same time, I'd probably wait for it to drop a little bit more and just see the news and see how this stock's really going. So if you do get into super micro computer, just make sure that you're not on the wrong side, because you still got potential of it dropping even more. Next, we're going to talk about crypto stocks related. We did have a $94,000 break, so not break, but it did almost hit $94,000. So I recommend just being very, very patient with crypto right now. Bitcoin hasn't really broken the 100K in a while, like in a few days. So I recommend just being very, very patient with this stock. Not stock, but with the stocks related to it that we're going to talk about next, just like MSTR. We did hit our buy level at 360 once again. We hit it yesterday and we hit it today also. It did increase by $20, so you would have made some pretty good money. Right now, it's just moving sideways. Not sideways, but it's moving pretty decently with Bitcoin. So as Bitcoin hits low levels, this is going to hit low levels. And then as Bitcoin goes back up, this goes back up. As also with Coinbase, it does kind of the same thing, but Coinbase kind of moves more sideways and moves less than MSTR. So if you want to make some money on a day trade and you see Bitcoin drop below to like the 94Ks, you're going to see it go back down to the 365. But Bitcoin has been doing pretty good, staying above $94,000. So I think I'd look at it at the 94,000. If it breaks down below this, you can probably get an SMCI a little bit, and then not SMCI, I'm sorry, MSTR. And then you can also make a pretty decent amount of money. A lot of people are doing some calls. You can do a put and then a call, but just base it off crypto. And yeah. But with that being said, thanks for watching the video. Smash that like button, subscribe if you guys are new. Let me know what other stocks you guys want me to cover. And happy trading. Let me know how much y'all made today. Peace out.